Sunday, December 20, in the ancient city of Troy, about 8:45. These are the Homeric walls. Troy dates back to 3000 BC. There's actually 9 layers of the city. Priam, which is the story of Iliad, Odyssey, Homer, was believed to be at the 6th layer. So the first layer being the first one, dating back to 3000 BC. Trojan War, the fall of Troy, was somewhere around 1143 BC.
And on this side, like I can see 2 different levels on the same side actually. Like this is from the Roman time actually. They use the sandstone, and this is from Troy 6, 13th century BC. How come like the earliest time well preserved? You know, the Romans, they always constructed the big temples, big constructions. So they have 2 parallel walls actually. This one is the outer wall and this one is the inner wall. I'm standing on it actually. And inside of the walls filled with the soil. So this bit was under the soil. That's why it's well preserved. Otherwise, like the local people will use this as a building material, you know. And as I said, like the tower constructed later than the walls. You can see the workmanship. This is like Bronze Age, and this is early Iron Age. You know, they start using the iron tools actually, but without using the mortars. The construction on the tower very interesting. See, they cut the stones and they combine each other. This one very interesting. They cut the 2 stones. You know, they combine each other. And the cutting on the walls actually, there's no special explanation of that cutting. The many archaeologists say it's just a decoration. You know. There's no special,
See how it's cut in? So that's a sign that it was Iron Age. In other words, they had cutting tools.
This city walls,
Bronze Age, they didn't.
Like the enemy can thought they can easily climb up from these walls. But the upper part you can see on that side is vertical. And the size of the wall, it's was double size actually. You know, the upper part was vertical, they could not easily climb up. Because of that, many archaeologists say to destroy the upper part, the Greeks built a wooden horse to use the wooden horse as a battering ram. That's another explanation for the wooden horse as well. Like there are 3 different explanations for the wooden horse. And like Homer, when he wrote the 2 books, the wooden horse actually was not mentioned in the first book. It was mentioned in the 2nd book of Homer, on the Odyssey actually. Like, we don't even know there was a horse or not. There's 3 different explanations for the wooden horse.
He's talking about the slope of the walls down here. The slope was used to protect it from caving in during earthquakes. But many of the builders said, well, it'll be easy to scale the wall and it won't be defensible. But when they got up higher, the walls went vertical to keep people out.
This is from Troy 9 actually, from the Roman time. Like the small foundation is the reconstruction, you know, but bigger one is the original ones. How it's cutting the city walls of Troy 6. Like Troy 6 city walls are starting from here, surrounding all the city and ending here. And there's a big gate here actually, and we can thought they can easily get through in. But there's a surprise. The city walls turning sharply inward, and there are 2 foundations on 2 sides, and there was a wooden door in the middle, without visible from outside and without easy to destroy. This wall, this door would using the battering ram, because there's not enough room for the battering ram. It's well protected actually. You know.
Anyway, I'll wrap up while we're walking what started the Trojan War. Menelaus, King Menelaus, lived in Sparta, and Paris, who was supposed to have died, he was left out in the woods to be eaten by wolves, was found by 3 goddesses, and Aphrodite, he gave Aphrodite a golden apple.
And
anyway.
As I said, like, you know, when the siege started, the people lived outside of the city walls. They had to come inside to protect themselves.
Paris was the prince of Troy. He went to visit Sparta, and he went to the home of Menelaus, who was married to the most beautiful woman in the world, Helen. And Menelaus had to go away on business, leaving Paris there with his wife Helen. And one thing led to another, and they ran off together to the city of Troy. So the Greeks raised the banner flag and said, we have to go to war to get Helen back. Really what they wanted to do was get the trade route that was here. And that began the 10-year Trojan War. Trojan horse came at the end. Tricked the Trojans into letting them in.